Hello YouTube, this video is for existing users of my Excel checkbook spreadsheet who wish to move their checkbook data to a newer version of my checkbook template. This video can also be helpful for any data import like process that you have. For example, you have exported data from Quicken or another product. Or perhaps you have downloaded bank transactions and want to safely get that data into the Excel checkbook. The summary of steps is to prepare your existing data so that you have a similar layout of columns, and then you use copy and paste to copy data from your source and paste it into the new spreadsheet. When updating from a previous version of the Excel checkbook, you'll likely want to copy things like your customized categories list, frequent payees, and a few other things which we'll look at as well. I have on my screen an example of what I'll refer to as my old checkbook, so I have named it that way for sake of simplicity and ease of demonstration. This old sample checkbook doesn't have a huge amount of data, but it will work well as a sample. I've also opened up the new checkbook spreadsheet, which in this video, it will be the 2026 home version. If you are updating or migrating data to the small business version, the process will be nearly identical with just a few subtle differences. Regardless of your source of data, the first step is to prepare your source data. If you're updating from the 2024 or 2025 Excel checkbook, you won't really need to do anything special. But if you are migrating from Quicken or from bank transactions that you've downloaded, your goal is to get your source data in the following arrangement. The critical columns will be the date column, the payee description column, withdrawal, and deposit. Now your source data may or may not have a column for transaction type and check number, but if you do, that will be ideal. Now I'm doing this on a Windows PC, so I will take advantage of the keyboard keystroke that's called Alt-Tab. So pressing Alt-Tab is a quick way of switching between two different programs or multiple programs that you might have opened. Now looking at my previous older checkbook, I have a register called Main Checkbook, another one called Chase Bank, and a third called Savings. So certainly in the new checkbook spreadsheet, I want to have similar or identical register names. So I'll take care of that first. So switching over here to the new checkbook, I'll do a right click on Register 1, choose the rename option, and give it the same name as the previous older checkbook. And I'll go ahead and just do a rename of the other two as well. Again, I'm just doing the right click, choosing rename, typing in that name, and then pressing the Enter key. So the first step will be to get the starting balance from the old checkbook into the new checkbook, and then I'll start to copy my actual transactions. So in my old checkbook, I've got a starting balance of $2,500 dated at the end of 2024. So in the new checkbook, I'm going to go ahead and set that exact same starting balance. In my sample, just happens to be that same value, but again, I would just recommend manually typing in your starting balance as it appears in the old checkbook, and then also making sure that your date is the same date as your old checkbook's starting balance date. Okay, next I'm going to switch back to the old checkbook, and I'm going to start to select all of the old existing data. Now, one thing that I strongly recommend, do not just highlight all of the rows. You'll actually get a very undesirable end result, which will be, it'll create a linkage from the old checkbook to the new checkbook, definitely undesired. Instead, what we want to do is do a very selective selection of this. So you can do this with the mouse or the keyboard. I'll first demonstrate with the mouse where I click, hold down, and go across as far as the deposit column, ensuring I do not include the balance column. And then I'm still holding down with my finger on the main mouse button as I just move the cursor down through all the rows of data. And once I get down to the end, I can finally let go of the main mouse button because I have the desired selection. At this point, we want to copy this to the clipboard. Now, if you're a fan of just using the mouse for all this, we can do a right click and choose the copy choice. That works quite well. If you're a keyboard fan, you can do a Control-C if you're on a Windows computer, or Command-C for those on a Mac computer. Now that I've got this data copied to my clipboard, I'll switch over to the new checkbook. Now here's the super important item that we want to do. Do not do a regular paste. Again, if you do a regular paste, you'll actually be linking from the old checkbook to the new checkbook, a very undesired end result. So instead, we want to do something called paste as values. Sometimes it's also referred to as paste as text. A couple different ways to do that. Now, one option is if you see the paste button on your ribbon bar and you click the bottom portion of that paste button, you'll see a variety of paste options. And here under the category of paste values, the very first one is just a regular old paste values choice, and that is ideal. The other option is you can do a right click on this cell. I'm currently on the A9 cell, so it's the one underneath of the starting balance. And if I do a right click, you can also find the paste options here. And in this case, my second button there is for paste values. And lastly, a third option, if you happen to be a keyboard fan, you can do a Control-Shift-V. Holding down the Shift key with Control-V is a way of getting a paste as values option. But I'll go ahead and do the right click here in that particular cell and go with this choice to paste values. Now, after getting those particular entries, the other thing I certainly want to get will be the subcategories that go with those transactions. And when I return to the old checkbook, I'll notice that I've got this sort of animated dancing line around the transactions. And at the bottom of the screen is telling me to select the destination, press enter, or choose paste. So what I personally like to do is just press the escape key one time on the keyboard, and that will deactivate that dancing line. But I do need to get these subcategory values from the old checkbook over to the new checkbook. So I'll demonstrate this process using the mouse. In the next example, I'll do everything with the keyboard. I'm going to hold down on that first subcategory value for pet sitting, and scroll down until I get to the bottom, let go with my mouse button, and I'll do my right click and choose copy to copy it to the clipboard, and now I'll switch over to the new checkbook spreadsheet. So here in the new checkbook spreadsheet, I'm ready to do my paste as values. Previously I did the right click and chose the appropriate option. This time I'll go to this paste button just to demonstrate the paste values choice from that screen. Now, depending on the amount of data, you might notice a kind of a long delay. Perhaps you'll see the hourglass as it is calculating all of the correct category and types to go with your subcategories. Now that I've pasted in my subcategories, I'll likely notice that my custom category list is not here. So as the next step, I'll go back to the old checkbook and go visit the settings worksheet. And I'll do a selection of all of my category values. So I'll start with this top row and then just continue all the way down. With that selected, I'll do my right click and choose copy. And then in the new checkbook, I'll visit the settings screen there, click my mouse into that first value, first cell there, and do my right click and choose paste values. And now when I return to I should find that the subcategory, category, and types are now populated like they were in the old checkbook. Now while I'm at it, I might as well go to the old checkbook and also grab the frequently used payees if I was using that feature. So again, I'll use my mouse and highlight those particular entries, do the right click, copy, and then switch over to the new checkbook settings screen and do the same with a right click and then choose paste values. Now in the case, my sample is actually the same, but hopefully you get the idea. Now you only need to do the copy paste of your categories and or frequently used payees once. You won't have to worry about doing that or repeating that for each of the registers, but I will now go and do another example of copying my transactions from the old checkbook to the new checkbook, but this time I'll use my keyboard. The keyboard method is actually my preferred method and what I would normally recommend for ease of use and completeness. I'll start with that first step of making sure I've got the correct starting balance. Here in my sample, I've got a starting balance of $24.90 and 55 cents. So I'll go over to my new checkbook, visit that particular register, and I'll put in that same starting balance. That was $24.90 and 55 cents. Okay, next, returning to the old checkbook spreadsheet, I'm going to click my mouse on that first line there. Currently it's dated February 2nd. And I'm going to hold down my shift key, and I'm not going to let go of that shift key. Hold down the shift key, and I'm using my right arrow key. And now as I continue to hold down the shift key, I can use the down arrow key, which I could hold down. You can also start pressing the page down key repeatedly. This particular sample is not a huge long list, so I'm just going to continue to use my down arrow key. And then once I find the bottom, I can now finally let go of the shift key. And again, using keyboard only keystrokes, I'll do a Control-C for Windows. Again, on a Mac, that would be a Command-C. Then switching over to the new checkbook, I will click my cursor one time in that particular cell. And just to emphasize, I do not want to do a regular paste, so I do not want to do a Control V. That would cause some issues. But again, using a keyboard keystroke, I can do a Control Shift V, and that works quite well. Or again, if your mouse is in that first cell, you can go to the Paste menu and choose the Paste Values choice. Okay, I'll return back to the old checkbook. If you have that animated box around it, you can press the Escape key to stop that. I'll scroll back up to the top. I'll click on that first subcategory value, hold down my Shift key, and again use the down arrow key until I get down to the bottom, up arrow if I need to, do my Control C, and then go back to the new checkbook, scroll up to the top as needed, click my cursor in that right spot, and either do a Control Shift V or use the Paste button to choose Paste Values. All right, so that's a quick tour of doing the copy of transactions from the old checkbook to the new checkbook. Now, I do want to take a quick mention that if you are downloading transactions from your bank, and you can find a list of articles under my support and resources menu for how to import bank transactions. As an example, I have a very small sample of a Wells Fargo checking account transaction download. And again, the goal is to get the layout in the same layout as the checkbook, where you have a column for date, transaction type, check number, description, withdrawal, and then debit. So the article about the Wells Fargo Bank will help you to reformat that particular bank transaction format so that you end up with a layout that now looks like this, matching with the Excel checkbook. Now in this particular case, they have the transactions dated in newest to oldest. So I would probably want to sort that differently. So before doing a selection of this and then the copy paste, I likely want to go visit the sort menu and tell it to sort oldest to newest. And now I can safely highlight those values, copy that to the clipboard, and I'd be ready to do a paste into the checkbook. Now I'll use this third register as an example. I'll click on this particular cell, do my right click, and choose the paste values option. All right, well, next we'll move on to a few other things that you might want to transfer from an older checkbook to the new checkbook, which would include, for example, the future transactions list. Now, here in the sample of the new checkbook, there will be some entries in there. In this case, I think I would just want to highlight all those sample entries and then hit my delete key to just clear that out. And then when I go visit my old checkbook, I would want to go ahead and select the entries that I have, right click, copy that to my clipboard, and then come over here, and again I'm going to rely on the paste as values. So if I do my right click and then look for that paste values option, and as a quick reminder, you can also find that under the paste button right there. Now during that process, if you happen to see some green triangles show up under the worksheet, that means that you have a slightly different worksheet name than what your original older checkbook had versus the new one. So if we can click here and then just make sure that we have the correct named worksheet. Now another worksheet that you might want to transfer the data from would be the card debt worksheet from the older version. So in this case, I have just 3 sample rows with the date, bank or card, balance, notes, etc. However, we do have a different layout in the newer 2026 version. So if I go visit that, I see that I've got a column now for whether or not to include the amount and net worth and some other information. So we have to take a few different steps to copy that data. So over here in the old spreadsheet, I'm going to highlight just these first 3 columns worth of date, bank, and balance, and copy that to my clipboard. Go visit the new spreadsheet. And I'm going to do my right click and choose paste values. Now I do want to get rid of these samples that are in here, so I will just select those samples and then hit the delete key to clear that out. Now my values here for initial debt, current payments, etc. came from the sample, so I think I will want to clear those out. But I want to be super careful because this column and this column have formulas, so do not erase those. You can safely erase these entries. So we'll go ahead and highlight those, clear those out, and then we'll go back to the old spreadsheet. Take note of the initial debt values. So I'll just go ahead and copy just the initial debt numbers, copy that to my clipboard, return to the new spreadsheet, and then do my special paste as values option there. Now with the additional functionality on this page, I probably would want to populate what my current payment and interest rates are, and then I could, at my leisure, experiment with different changes in my payments to calculate the number of months to pay off and the payoff month. Now the last thing I'll mention, if you happen to be doing this process with the small business version of the checkbook, most of the prior steps are still identical, except that in the small business version, you've got a column for the property or biz name and then a categories column. So after copying your transaction entries, you would want to actually copy both the property, biz name, and category columns from your old spreadsheet to the new one. And also for the small business version, you would want to copy the business names list from the old version to the new version. And of course, your categories for your dropdown and frequently used payees if you're using that. Well, that finishes the process of how to copy data from a previous version into the latest version. Depending on the number of register sheets that you have, this process might take you 5 to 15 minutes. Just be sure to hold on to your previous checkbook just for safety's sake. That's it for now. I hope you found this helpful. Please do consider liking and subscribing, and until next time.